Andrea, it's over.
It's over?
Yeah, it's all over.
No, William. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
I'm not leaving my wife. Got it?
No, no, wait, you can't do this.
Get your hands off
You
me.
can't. William, no. You can't do this. Please. What are you talking about? We have a son.
Do we?
Do we? William, we have a son.
Let go of me. Turn in your car.
William, wait. William, wait. Wait. Please.
Really know if this is my last time, but what I know is I'm feeling just fine. My life is like a red carpet, and I'm feeling like the richest millionaire. This is my local mayor, and I'm the biggest star around here. What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber died trying. You see the thumbnail, you see the title. This is gonna be part of that. My thinking about the fresh and fit thing. You know, with the Mexican guy that's a white supremacist, Fuentes. You know, first of all, Fresh and Fit don't like black Americans by the way they conduct themselves. So these ladies, some of them were black Americans, and some of them were non-black American. They set themselves to be set up in this, so you know they know how that show goes. But when you see this type of behavior, I have a bunch of issues with it. And one of my issues is to be on social media so much, and I didn't see at the time any of the pro-black community. You know, the pro-black community lacked a response to this. You know, like the Dr. Umars, and not even just the Dr. Umars, but you know, the people who are like, black men need to stop disrespecting black women, or black women are queens. When things like this happen, these people just go, you know, radio silent, they don't exist, and then they pop up to say something is wrong with black men after all the controversy dies down, which is disingenuous in my opinion. So that's one of the issues. The second is this, and because they've had clips of other white guys on Fresh and Fit, you know, popping up, I guess, in my algorithm. I don't know about anybody else's. When there's a particular guy who was like, yeah, you know, you haven't dated a black girl. He's like, I had sex with 40 of them. And he's like, but that's not dating. He's like, I wouldn't date them because they're black. And they, oh! And the ladies don't have the respect for themselves to say, okay, I'm done. But that's the reason why I used the clip from A Family That Prays with Sanaa Lathan. And I'm like, how often are y'all going to put yourselves in this position? And I'm going to take it somewhere else. With the quote-unquote end of affirmative action, black women in particular, you will no longer be a double minority. So, and because of automation, a lot of these jobs are getting rid of positions in certain areas that were female dominated. And you're seeing the rise of ladies in OnlyFans and social media. All the sexually suggestive stuff, it keeps going up and up and up. And also, the feminist ideology is just rampant, right? And because of that, I start questioning, like, so what are y'all going to actually do to get these people's attention now? Because since attention is a drug and you're no longer a double minority, are you going to sleep your way to the, not necessarily the top, but sleep your way up the ladder to try to get to the top? Because that's what it looks like. Because you put yourself in some compromising positions, right? And recently, not in the last maybe month or two, you know, people have brought up again how black women have more babies than black men outside of the black community. And these type of instances where You see black women with non-black men, you know, who obviously don't like black people, but I should just back up a bit and say this is part of what we see from the Ice Cube thing when he was on Cocktails with the Queens, when he was like, "Aren't black women black people?" And the black woman was like, "No, black. We're not. We are our own specific group." Sometimes it looks like black women don't see themselves as black people, and they do things and put themselves in positions because they got that Joe Biden. You ain't black, So sleeping with non-black people and wind up slutting yourself out to them or getting pregnant by them doesn't come with the same stigma. Because a lot of you ladies, y'all say people were abandoned, but y'all kind of, what y'all try to say is a lot of these kids are abandoned. And nobody knows what your kid looks like. So people are going to assume your kid was abandoned by a black man. But ironically, I could say there's a significant of women who say that the father abandoned the kid was probably you might be a black American woman and that child might be by a non-black American man. The probability is significant. But the only person that's going to be viewed as a deadbeat is a black American man. You dark, your baby look like Blake Griffin. If y'all know who Blake Griffin is, your baby look like Drake. How about that? You get what I'm saying? But it's colorism, and these men abandon their women. It's like, yo, time out. And some of y'all don't want to go there, but this is what we're doing. And you got you ladies who want to be in interracial relationships. That's your business. You want to divest. That's your business. But you do have a propensity to wave your self-hate flag very high. You know what I'm saying? Y'all start sounding like y'all got a train ran on y'all by the KKK. Y'all sound like, what a ghetto gagger would sound like. And then it becomes an issue because now a lot of this stuff is speculation. You're talking about black people, but you're really not around black people. You're around white people trying to tell white people or non-black people, this is how black people are, when you really, you're around them less than anybody. You can't, like, it'll be the equivalent of Tiger Woods talking about black people at this particular point. Like, Tiger, you ain't been around black people in 20 years, bro. Since your daddy died, really. So, I'm just using it as an example. No disrespect to him. I'm just saying. But this is what goes on. And a lot of you don't want to deal with it because it's easier to blame a black man than to actually take a look at your own actions and go, oh, that's what I did. Shout out to a breakdown of a woman's perspective, Sister George and Concrete Rose. I want to say it's Concrete Rose that says it the most. Like, she says, if she see you if she catches you dating out of your race, she looks at you somewhat as a traitor. And she looks at it, if a man's doing it or a woman's doing it. But our women don't look at it like that in general. Like, black women have been notorious for Clarence Thomas, sellout. Ketanji Brown, not. You get what I'm saying? Black politician with a white woman, sellout. Black woman with a white man, like I don't even. I'm gonna say Kamala Harris, but she's rich. If I'm not mistaken, she's Indian and not black, but she looks black though. But hey, not a big deal. The lesbian chick, the Blasio chick, who was a lesbian feminist, and now she's, kind of divorced but kind of not. Y'all don't have a problem with that, Our black princess of Meghan Markle, y'all don't. Yay, Serena Williams, no problem. If it's a black athlete with a white girl. Oh, oh no. So the hypocrisy is like prevalent. But since y'all don't look at it that way, when we're looking at how it ends with y'all, we're like, hey man, it is what it is. Because it looked like y'all put yourself way out there for this type of stuff. Doesn't make any sense, but the things y'all willing to do is interesting. And then you got the young lady who, now she's pro-black. I don't know what's going on. Like, she's egging a Mexican guy who's a white supremacist, which is, a whole nother thing in itself, to say the word nigga. And then when it's all over, I didn't know we would do it. I didn't know. I would have never. Look like you would have, partner. And a lot of y'all don't want to hear that, a lot of this kowtowing, defeatist mentality that comes with black people to non-black people actually comes from you ladies. And y'all try to teach that to your sons if you have sons. Y'all think y'all gonna sleep y'all way through racism, and it's like, okay, well, fine, that's what y'all gonna do. But when you wind up on the bad end of it, y'all have a tendency not to blame the group that you're dealing with or chose to deal with. You blame black men, which is some BS. But I'm done. Tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, know I gave you everything I had.